Welcome back. We are talking about how you can choose what motivates you. But in order to do that, it's really important that you understand what are the different ways that you can be motivated. Because when you can identify it, you can put a name to it, all of a sudden it makes it easier to understand and make that choice. So what I want to tell you is that people are motivated by a lot of different factors. And they can be categorized into two different categories, intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. And these factors can totally differ based on individual preferences, values, your experiences. So I'm going to give you a list of intrinsic and extrinsic motivators, and then we're going to talk about something that is surprisingly shocking. Something that most people don't think they are motivated by. They don't even realize it's a motivation. So first, intrinsic motivation. First one is personal satisfaction. People are often driven by the desire to feel satisfied and fulfilled by what they do, by their actions, by their accomplishments. The second thing is a passion or an interest. And a lot of people may be motivated by a deep interest or a passion for a particular activity or a particular subject or a pursuit or a hobby or something that they love. The third thing is a sense of purpose. When someone has a sense of purpose, something that really matters to them and it's strong enough, that desire to fulfill that mission can inspire people, not only themselves, but people around them to work towards their goals. The fourth thing is personal growth and development. The desire to learn and grow and improve is strong in all of us. We all have a desire to progress. That's why it doesn't matter how much money we're making, we want to make more. It doesn't matter what level we've achieved in a sport, we want to get better. It doesn't matter what that looks like. Whatever the highest achievement we've made or the highest score we got, we want to try to get a better score. And it's because we want to grow, we want to improve our skills, we want to have a knowledge, and this can be a really powerful motivator. The fifth thing is challenge and achievement. Some people thrive on facing challenges and overcoming obstacles and looking for a sense of accomplishment and mastery and feeling like they achieved that thing. That's one that for me is really strong, to feel like I achieved it. It doesn't matter if anyone else ever achieved it. If I want to do it, if it's something I want to achieve, I am so driven. And if someone else has already done it, then I want to know everything I can about how they did it, what steps they took, so that I can skip steps and do it really, really fast. Okay, and the last one is autonomy, the need for independence and to be able to control your life or to control your decisions. It can be a really significant driving factor. So now let's move into the second category, which is extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is something that's more outward. It's not what you feel on the inside. So number one, it might be money and financial rewards, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes the world paints that into a bad corner as if somehow that's negative or evil or you're selfish. No, wanting to create income and make that income higher is no different than wanting to get a better score in a game or get better at some sport that you have been involved in. So money and financial rewards, there are a lot of financial incentives. It might be a salary, it might be a bonus, it might be promotions, it might be something that no one has ever achieved before. It might be that you've seen someone in your niche do this thing and achieve that financial goal, and you think, okay, well, now I know it can be done, so that's my goal, to get to that point. The second one is recognition and status. Sometimes the desire for praise or acknowledgement or validation that I did that thing, to be admired by other people. It can be a really compelling source of motivation. The third one is social connections and relationships. Some people are very motivated by the need to form relationships and to get closer to people and to gain social acceptance and belonging. The fourth one is security and stability. Sometimes the need to feel safe, to feel like their life is stable. Maybe it's job security, maybe it's financial stability, maybe it's a comfortable lifestyle that you've always wanted to have. That can be a really motivating factor for some people. Number 5, competition. This is a big one for me. I'm extremely competitive. So when I see that it's been done or someone has achieved it in this niche over here, I'm thinking, okay, I want to achieve it over here. If it's never been done before, that can be a competitive thing for me. So the drive to outperform others, or sometimes it's outperform ourselves. Most of the time, I am working to outperform myself. Sometimes it's definitely someone else that I've seen, another entrepreneur who's accomplished something. But having that desire to outperform myself or other people, someone who's done it before, then if someone's done it before, to me, that's the lowest common denominator. Okay, we know that can be done, so I've got to achieve. I don't have to, but I want to achieve that. If it's been done, I want to do it. I want to learn the steps. I know I can do it, and I have this desire. But then the very next step is, okay, how do we surpass that? So that competition can be really powerful, and it's usually in a really specific area. It can be motivating. The 6th one is external rewards and incentives. So it might be non-monetary. Let's say it's not money. It might be prizes. It might be awards. It might be a trip, a tangible benefit. That can also be really motivating. So it is important to note that the factors that motivate people can change over time. What motivates you today might not be what motivates you a year from now. So for example, for me, when I first started my first business, I had several small businesses, but my business that grew really massive, went worldwide, that my first motivation was sales. I wanted more sales. I wanted to create more income, period. Because I needed money to run the business. I needed money to travel, to go meet with the different people. I was trying to grow my business and I wanted income. And it was exciting to think about making more money. But once I got to a point where I was making a significant amount of money and I had hit a certain level of success, all of a sudden I can buy whatever I want. And I go to the store and I can pick what I want. I was buying less because I knew I could buy what I wanted. I had a sense of stability. So now all of a sudden it became about a vision, about a mission, about helping other people. Now, of course, even at the beginning, when I wanted to make more money, my goal was to help people in my business. I had a solution for people and I wanted to make their lives better. So that was always one of the core desires. But the motivating factor that was driving me was making money, creating a situation to achieve the ability to create the lifestyle that I wanted. And once I had that, then my motivation changed. And it has changed several times, depending on which new business I'm starting, depending on what I'm doing with business partners. It changes all the time. When I'm working with a really high-level coach, in fact, I'm working with 3 coaches right now who are the best in the world at what they do. Well, when I'm working with these coaches, my motivation is a lot more toward I want to gain their admiration because I admire them. I want to be able to learn from them, do what they do, and I want to gain that admiration, not because I need the glory, but because and there have been times when that's been the motivation, which isn't the healthiest. But right now, it's more, I admire you. I admire what you've done. Teach me. I want to excel in this, and I want someone that I admire to be proud of me. So it can be totally different. And the last one I wanted to share with you that can be kind of shocking is the motivation of fear. A lot of times we're motivated by fear, and that is the least healthy motivation we can have. Fear of not being enough, fear of like feeling like I have to prove myself, feeling like I am, I need to show that I can do this so that I'm good enough. So it creates value inside of me because I don't recognize my own self-worth. So I want you to think through all of these different possible ways that you are motivated. Pick one that you would like to pursue, one that you want to get better at and focus on, and pick one for this week that you feel like, that's not the healthiest thing that I do. So I want to change that motivation or try to stop at letting that be the motivational force because I know it's not very healthy. And sometimes it can, we have several different motivations. We have 5 or 6 different things. So look for just 2, one that's healthy that you want to grow and expand, and one that isn't as healthy that you want to minimize. And work on it this week. Put it in the comments. I'll be excited to see how it goes. And for me, mine is going to be to not work. The one that I'm going to work on minimizing is I don't want it to be about me. I don't want it to be about what recognition I'm going to get, or whether someone will notice me, or even my coaches, whether they'll think I'm good enough for the wrong reasons. And what I want to pursue is one where I am seeking admiration of people I admire, not because I want them to think I'm good, or not because I feel like I don't have enough value and I need to prove myself, but because I want to be better and I want to mimic people who are better than me so that I can grow. I can become better as a person, and I want it to not be about me at all. I want it to be about the people that I'm helping. How do I progress in my business? How do I progress in my relationships? How do I progress in my mindset? It's by making sure I'm motivated and choosing to be motivated by the things that are healthy. So I challenge you to do the same, invite you to do the same this week. Keep me posted on how it's going. Thank you for joining me.